Hi everybody, welcome back to Betway's Way to Win. We start a brand new week now. Tuesday, second race, second of 10 out at Hollywood Bets Durbanville. We're going to have a look at, just a look back at the weekend. Very well done to Sean Terry with Celtic Rumours, and well done to Joe Sommer with Back in Business. What a training feat that's become, and does seem to be a beautiful racehorse too. Very good weekend overall. Of course, I got our resident tipster, Daryl Marie, who's had a good look at today's racing. How was the weekend for you, Mr. Marie?
Wish I included Back in Business. It was my fourth pick. Looking back, it's easy though, Clyde. I must say, Joey Sommer was desperately unlucky not to have won both features.
Yeah, that was
Did you see his other filly?
very unlucky.
I don't know.
Very stiff.
Very stiff.
Justin Snaith says that Aristotle is working well, hasn't had a grass gallop, grass not available, or whatever the case may be. But is current favourite at 18-10 to win the second race, I beg your pardon. Freak is 22-10 from the Brett Crawford stable. Those two do appear to be to dominate. Freak, I'm just having a look at that form line, has worked out pretty well. I think 4 runners, 2 winners, quite solid form, and I'd imagine has a huge winning chance.
Yes, 2 winners from there. One other runner ran second. That was a Palace Gift. Lovely debut, Clyde. If you look at who he's actually related to, you'd expect this horse to go on and win a few in his career. He's a brother to Sukhumvit and Sachdev. So I loved his debut efforts. I might just add that he started 25-1 on debut, but a lot of scope for improvement. And then, like you touched on Justin Snaith's comments, he says each way chance, although he hasn't had a grass gallop, but he's been off for 5 months. I also had a look at the form line, Clyde, because this horse was heavily supported last time out. They backed him as if the result was known. Now, in the computer form, it doesn't read great, but take note, there's a lot of indirect winners. So the winner came out to win again, obviously, but the third place horse was Sound of the Sea, who's won. The fourth place was Happy Days, who's won, and the fifth place was Stated, who's they've all won indirectly. So I think both of these horses are nice horses and will win their races. So let's try double up in the opening leg.
Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Those two. Okay, here's a look at Daryl's buy pot. 4 and 9 by Banker 7, by 1, 2, 8, by Banker 3, by 1, 5, 7, by 7 and 8. That's a 36 Rand buy pot. Okay, welcome back. Race 3. Let's have a look at this open maiden plate over 1250 meters. And the betting here, 14-1 bar 3 horses on Monday morning. Joint favourites about the 4 October Fest, and the other being 10 Pink Pigeon. They're 22-10 the pair. And then I think 33-10 about number 7 Englefield Green, third choice in the betting. Then it's 14-1 and better bar those 3 in the market. So it does appear from that perspective to be a race in which one of those 3 can win, but Daryl Marie's had a closer look than I have, and obviously give us some insight. What did we do here, Daryl?
Yeah, Clyde, when I first opened the book, I said, sure, there could be some value with number 2 over here.
Number 2?
Yeah, Little Lexi.
Okay, that's 20-1.
Yeah, she's having a peak run, and it's an open maiden, so have a look at the weight she's said to carry, 54. Have a look at the draw she's had in her 2 comeback efforts, drawn 10 out of 10 and 11 out of 13. Now she's having a peak run and she's drawn 2. So I thought, she could improve, but she's exposed and she's limited. Number 4, Oktoberfest, extremely well related. She came to the track with a huge reputation, hasn't quite delivered yet, and I'm not entirely convinced with that latest form line. Let's see how she goes. Then the other one in the betting is the Brett Crawford trained Pink Pigeon. Now, obviously, B Mary came out and franked that form again, but the horses behind her have all unplaced in their next start. Yes, she's got a lot of scope for improvement. She started 33-1 on debut with Louis in the irons. I don't know, Clyde. Maybe she ran above expectations on debut, but another one that's got scope. But I'm all in the camp of number 7 over here, Englefield Green.
Yeah.
Now, Clyde, if you had a look at her debut, you would have emptied out last time out, because she really caught the eye when running behind Scarlett McCaw. Have a look at that form line. Second in that race was I'm So Pretty. She came out and won by 4 lengths in her next start. third was Festival Chic. She's won 2 since then. And then last time out, Clyde, she got caught behind runners. And she stayed on slightly towards the latter stages. But I'm of the opinion she's way, way better than that effort. I'm hoping Pierre gets into a prominent position from a neat draw. I mean, from a little bit of a tricky draw. But I'm hoping he pushes forward, Clyde. This filly will take all the beating. I think she'll start favourite. Currently at 33-10. There's no doubt in my mind she's the value in the race.
All right, okay. So Englefield Green, that's Daryl Marie's first pick, and it's a banker in the place accumulator. He's hoping Pierre Cornet Orpha puts her up handy, and she may take a bit of beating. Value at the moment, 33-10 Monday morning. Bank of the 7 in the opening leg of the PA. There are your numbers on screen. This will cost you 324 Rand. I noticed the last leg, we're taking no chances. Welcome back. Let's have a look at race number 4 on the card. It's pick 6 time. Let's get our pick 6s on. Betway on Monday morning got the favourite 16-10 about number 8 Golden Destiny tops the boards. 4-1 after that Father Christmas, a first timer. And number 1 Unsung Hero is at 9-2, 5-1 and better about the others. You know, you talk about Father Christmas. You go walk in the shopping malls now. Where are we? The first week in October. What? You see all the Christmas trees up and can you believe it?
Maybe
Can you actually believe where we are?
Yeah, this year's flown by. There's a comment in the front of the book, nice gelding, could earn a check. Now, what's very interesting, Clyde.
Who's this for? Father Christmas?
Yes,
huh?
and there's also a comment for Spectacular. He will run a nice race, needs further.
Okay.
But now JP van der Merwe is obviously retained by Mr. Bort. And have a look at number 3 over here, who didn't record a bad debut whatsoever. That is Native Ruler. Now, surely JP's opted to ride Father Christmas over Native Ruler. That's his choice over here.
Right.
So you have to read into that. Number 1, Unsung Hero. He's having his peak run now. Have a look at the improvement he showed with the blinkers from the worst of draws. Now he's drawn 1. And that form line was franked again with 21. What's a 2020 vision winning again? So a lot is in his favour. Very fit, 1 draw. Let's see how it goes. Number 2, I think this is the value in the race. Firing on all engines, Clyde. Now have a look at the improvement he's made since returning from a layoff. Okay?
Yes.
He's having his 3rd run after a layoff. Last time out he ran behind Boundless Energy, right? Didn't he trot up over the weekend?
Yes.
He did. And have a look at the other from that form line. Clyde, let me just pull it up. I don't want to... second was Zeist. He should have never lost. He got beat to short head. And 4th was a horse called Bounce Back, who also ran 2nd in his next start. So I think that form line is working out extremely well. And there's a lot of value about number 2, Firing on All Engines.
Yeah, he's 10-1 this horse.
I had a look at the betting. I thought, sure, Golden Destiny. Listen, on his first 2 runs, yes, he's the horse to beat. But frankly, his last effort when returning from a layoff was poor.
Yeah.
So he's far too short in the market. Yes, he can improve on that effort, but currently the way the betting's priced up, I don't think I can only see him drifting. And then you have to have respect for number 6, Run the World. I think Richard taking the ride, he can improve. But for me, I think the value is number 2 over here.
All right, well found. Let's have a look at that. Firing on All Engines. That's the play, 10-1 on Monday. It's going to shorten this horse, no doubt about that. And there's Daryl's selection having dissected and looked at the race very closely. The pick 6 is up there too. We've got a banker just now in that of number 3, Kamchatka. That runs just now, and that's our banker. It's a 1,728 Rand per. But the value could be right here and right now with number 2, Firing on All Engines. All right, Kamchatka. We're talking about that now. Is that correct? Kamchatka. This is an open maiden, and it's over 1,600 meters, this particular event. And this horse, Kamchatka, for Andre Nel and Pierre Cornet Orpha, is top of the boards. But they've got it relatively, she's short. I mean, Monday morning she was priced up around 17-20 and 7-1 bar 1 about Kamchatka. So, Daryl, I know you banked it in the pick 6 and all that. So I would imagine you would agree with the way the price or with her market.
Clyde, I must be honest, when I studied the race, excuse me, Clyde, without having looked at the betting, I thought there's no doubt she's the right horse. But then I saw the betting, I thought she's a bit too short. Hopefully the doubles are going to land from Inglefield earlier, so maybe she doesn't drift. But one thing I can say, in a few months' time, she'll be the best filly to come out of this race by far. But the fact is that this is a maiden handicap, and she's giving weight away. Now, have a look at Lucky 13. Last time out, it was a very, very competitive lineup, that race. Far from disgraced. Now back against her own sex, carrying 54 from a neat draw. You can see she actually holds number 2 Wedding Bells quite comfortably on the Lady Springfield run and should confirm that form. So if you aren't willing to bank the favorite like I am, I'd possibly include number 1 over here, Lucky 13. But now we need to touch on Kamchatka. Apparently it's a peninsula in Russia or something.
Okay.
Have a look. She's by Erupt. Now Erupt's a stamina sire. She's had her 2 starts over 12.50. She's now been stepped up to the right trip. My only reservation is last time behind runners, she was overdoing it. She was pulling terribly. Despite that, if you watch that replay, she was staying on stoutly. So I know she's going to love the step up in trip. I mean, she's crying out for the extra. She just needs to relax in running. And I think she can win despite giving weight all the way. Like I say, I don't think the price is a steal. I have no doubt she's the filly to beat. I just want to see her relaxed in running, and hopefully we get through this leg of the pick 6 and jackpot.
Well, let's hope there's a little bit of pace in the race now. That's what we're looking for. Not the Cape Crawl. We need some pace to get Kamchatka into it as quickly as possible.
Can I touch on who she's related to, please? What race is this?
Jet Master Mare Jetflow.
She's related to Chewbacca, who won over a mile and a half for 2,400, and Don't Stop Me Now, who won over 10 furlongs or 2,000 meters. So
crying
a lot of stamina.
No, crying for the ground. Okay, 32 Rand per. Okay, welcome back to race number 6 on the card. This particular event is a Class 3. It's named after Alec Foster. It's his birthday, and we're celebrating his birthday today. And a very happy birthday to Mr. Foster, a loyal supporter of the sport. Always had some very nice horses. I was reading an article that Charles Pretorius wrote that he normally does, and he was talking about the swallows, so to speak, and the Foster family featured really well there. Okay, well, let's have a look at the betting, just to take a look at what the story is here. And Infrared's the favourites, priced up 9. They bet 9-2 the field on Monday morning with Betway. It's open race. The 6 Lightning Glow is 9-2, also joint favourite. Then you've got Fibonacci, who's at 5-1, and 6-1 and better about the other. So immediate first look, open.
Very open. Justin Snaith has commented on number 9 Lightning Glow, doing well at home, each way chance. Opening the book, Clyde, Infrared caught my eye. I mean, he's having his 3rd run after being gelded. He's 2.5 kilograms better off with Padanom, and he should be cherry ripe now. So yeah, on paper, he's got a chance of reversing the form. Very nice sport, this, Clyde. I think once the penny drops, he can win a few. Stable Companion, I think, has to come into the play over here. Blue Bay. Now take note, he's getting fitted with a set of cheek pieces for the first time. And he's also having his peak run, and he's coming back to a mile. You know, he's only had 1 effort over the mile and he won. So, I don't know, Clyde. I think at carrying 54.5, he could be the sneak in the pack. He ran behind a very nice horse who franked that form once again, called To Unite. So, I like his chances. I think he is a bit overpriced. Then Pardenom, you know, he's unbeaten over a mile. Does come out a little bit sluggishly, but I like the fact that he's coming back to a mile. Maybe he can, from a neat draw, let's hold thumbs that he can maintain his position or break well and get into a prominent position. Yeah, I mean, this is open. Fabianaki on form has to be a runner. Tyrion Lannister, it looks like he's ready to win again. He's going up to the mile again. Very open race. We haven't even touched on Green Mandarin or the favorites. So, yeah, as many as possible over here.
Okay, there we go. It's as we thought, really. So Daryl's confirmed that now it's a wide open race. All the very best to you working it all out. Daryl's decided, well, let's not take any chances in the next pick 3 and load up here. And that's a 32 Rand pick 3 cost. All right, class 5 over 1800 meters. Let's take a look at the next event on the card. Market, what are we doing here? Excuse me, 28 to 10, about 7, Golden Grey. That's joint favourite with number 8, Ozark, those two. And then 3 to 1 about number 6, Notion. I'm going to go straight to Daryl Marie because we're going to need the help, all the help that we need here in this event. Mr. Marie?
Yeah, Notion, on paper, he needs to pull out a little bit more. He's held by the top 2, Golden Grey and Ozark. But yeah, I mean, on his day, if he gets cover and he gets the right horse to follow through, I can see him featuring. But I've got a preference for Golden Grey and Ozark. Now, Clyde, if you watched Ozark's last run, you would have been pulling your hair out up until the last 50 because he was climbing all over them. He just couldn't get a run. But when Rachel eventually saw daylight, he quickened up smartly and then stayed on. So despite the 3 kg turnaround in the weight, I think he can confirm it with Golden Grey. But that was over 1600, Clyde.
Yeah.
Now it's 1800. And I watched that replay, and when Ozark got to Golden Grey never let down. He was fighting back gamely. And in my mind, just maybe Golden Grey is more suited to the extra than what Ozark was. I like the way Ozark turned it on when he eventually got the run. So I don't know. On paper, one has to say that Golden Grey is going to get the better of Ozark. But then again, Richard's replacing Rachel. I don't know what you make of that.
Well, Rachel had a great weekend, eh?
Yes, yeah.
She had a great weekend, and I think you might be right. Ozark, there could be a little bit of a stamina worry.
If it was a mile, I would have banked Ozark in everything.
Sure.
Because he won. He caught the eye last time out. But
well, Richard
Ferrie's
Ferrie's a magician, eh? So he can do anything.
So let's
Anything's
see.
possible.
I mean, 7 and 8 to fight it out.
All right. Those are the two for Mr. Marie. Let's take a look at what we're going to do now in race number 7. It's a double opportunity for you. It does appear to be the two of these horses here now in Golden Grey and Ozark. And in the next race, we're going 3 and 4. All right, let's take a look at our next race on the card for you guys here. Market-wise, just to give you some sort of guide. Remember, we're doing it Monday, so closer to race time, you'll see where the real money is and what's drifting and what's shortened in the betting. This is a 1400, and Justin Snade's got Sail the Seas top of the boards here at 5 to 2. Number 5, Kariaku's the second choice at 3 to 1. And number 1, Chalima, is priced up at 11 to 2 with the 4, Montlezur, who's at 11 to 2. It's 7 to 1 and better about the others. All right, Daryl, in your previous, when we looked at the double, you recommended 3 and 4. Is that right? Sail the Seas and Montlezur, those two?
Yes. I mean, Sail the Seas, Clyde, he's only having his 4th start. Last time out, they put the cash down. He was far from disgraced. Listen, it was a bunched up finish, but he only tired very late. And Richard aboard now, going to strip fitter. This horse has got a lot of scope for improvement, so he could be way ahead of the handicapper. And then I do, however, have a preference for Montlezur. Now, on paper, one has to put a line through his last start. If you're comfortable enough in doing that, I don't know, Clyde. For him to have trailed in, something must have been amiss.
Yeah. So put a line through the run, right?
I'm willing to.
Okay.
Only time will tell. But I liked his comeback effort after a rest. His only starts over the course and distance when he gave Dascoot a run right down to the line. That form line has worked out well. Then second run after layoff, he was hanging all the way up the straight to the outside. I think this horse is way better than his last 2 starts, and I think this is a great race for him to get his confidence up. Listen, he is taking a horse that could have more to offer in Sail the Seas. But I think if he can just reproduce that run, 3 runs back, he's in with a fighting chance over here. The race doesn't stop there. I mean, Kariaku on his day can turn it on nicely. Give that man a bells. If he gets to the front, he could keep on rolling into the trifecta. So it does get a little bit wider. But I think Montlasier on his day we'll get a run for our money. So let's hope he does just that.
Okay, well, Montlasier at the moment is priced up around 11 to 2, 6 to 1. And let's see how that all plays out in this event. So Daryl going with Montlasier as the horse to beat in this, the 8th race.